Hi there. Welcome back to Effortless. During this season of Effortless, we are talking about really big transformations and belief shifts that I've experienced while running my business, and I think might just help you as well. So, today I want to talk about this shift, and it's the idea of what if you were enough right now, exactly as you are, with exactly what you have and know and feel and think. This is such a powerful thought. And I want you to really think about what it means. What if you were enough? What if there was nothing left to fix, to change, to do, besides just be? So, most people who don't do any sort of mindset work or think about their thoughts have no idea that this feeling of inadequacy, of unworthiness, of not enoughness is running in the background and honestly affecting everything. Even me, somebody who knows of these concepts, who chooses to believe that I am enough, I still get caught up in patterns that say otherwise, right? I still get caught up in, noticing a limitation around anything, noticing a sticky spot, a resistance around whatever, money or love or whatever. And I kind of notice this, I bump against an edge and I think, oh, okay, there's something there. I've got to work through that first. I've got to figure that out. And then the next part that I don't necessarily consciously say, but I know what follows that idea is that I have to do that. I have to overcome it. I have to work through it before I can have the next thing, before I can experience the next win, before I can hit the next milestone. And that's just not true. It's just not true. So, like I said, I operate under the notion that I am enough right now. I am worthy right now. I am capable right now. And it's kind of contradicting to see that I can have a limiting belief and I can still be worthy, but that's really what I believe. So, how I understand all of like the work, mindset work, inner work, whatever, is is that it's actually a process of undoing, of not doing, of releasing, of letting go, of existing. I believe that our default settings are perfect. I believe that we are inherently worthy, we are inherently capable. And the work is just a tool to help us recognize that, to help us accept that. The work is actually just working on getting out of our own way. Like, I don't believe that we have to rewire our minds. I don't believe we have to adopt new beliefs. I believe we have to unwire our minds and let go of beliefs that don't serve us, right? I don't believe it's an act of doing. It's actually just an act of being. And I 1,000% get it if you're like, what the heck is she talking about right now? Because this is definitely like on some other level type of stuff. But this is what I've been working through lately. And so if I could just summarize it, if I could just tell you one thing, it's simply this: you are enough right here, right now. There's nothing left to do. The things that I teach, the way that I coach, they're all intended to help you get to a place of recognizing that, for you to own that and believe that and operate from that. Because while it's easy to say that I'm enough, while it's easy to kind of get what I'm talking about, actually embodying that and believing that is a bit harder. Because we've been told our entire lives that we aren't enough. We've been told from the media and educational systems and people who actually do mean well and some who don't, that first we have to have whatever, a good job, a high paying salary, someone who loves us, a dog, a kid, a white picket fence, an expensive watch, clear skin, better hair, skinnier bodies, bigger boobs, a better degree, more friends, more time, whatever. Like, we think we need all of these things first. It's ingrained in our mind that we need something before we're good enough, something before we're worthy. But I'm trying to challenge you here to question, what if I just was good enough right now? What would that mean? What would that do? What would that unlock for me? What becomes available to me when I decide that I can have anything I desire? What becomes, what do I become capable of doing or creating or having? I believe that our thoughts create our reality. So if your thought is constantly that you are not enough, that you need to do this one more thing to be good enough, what do you think your reality will show you? A constant need to do one more thing, a never ending to do list that lets you put off feeling really freaking good right now. But if your thoughts were, I'm worthy of success, I'm worthy of happiness, I'm worthy of love, what do you think shows up then? So, in full transparency, I'm not perfect at this in my own life. I have to constantly ask myself, especially when I find my mind going to places of like, more, more, more. This question, I have to ask myself, what if I was enough right now? What if there was nothing left to do? What if I just needed to be enough? And what I find almost every time that I'm thinking, more, 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 I have to do this thing or whatever, that comes from this place of shoulds, of desperation, of scarcity, of lack, rather than being and operating from a place of certainty and trust and knowing that I am enough. And while I do think this is how we naturally are and how we naturally operate, the truth is, hearing this one time probably won't change it for you. This is the deep work. This is the unpacking. Honestly, this is like why there are coaches, right? Because try as you might, seeing this sort of belief and how it shows up and affects your business and your life, it isn't always easy. So while I do believe you don't have to do anything, while I do believe that you are enough right now, the truth is, for most of us, we need a little help to get there ourselves. So that's what I want to leave with you today. What if you were enough right now? What becomes available to you then? If you liked this episode, let me know over on Instagram. I want to hear what your answers are to some of the questions that I brought up and any other thoughts that you have about this episode. Take a screen grab of you listening and share it with me. I'm at Caitlin S. Kessler.